Hey guys, this is what is Senpai. We're back with another video. This is my second upload for today. And probably gonna be my last because I might not even upload in the morning. Anyways, today's we're gonna do what if Asta was OP and 18 only. I changed my mind. I'm gonna do some AD only parts in this one. Just a little bit, okay? Not too much. Now, you see the problem with me and Black Clover is that I haven't watched it like I watched Naruto, so I make mistakes just like my hero, and that video should be coming out well just about now. So I don't know if you're like watching this and you watch that at the same time. I don't know how you would do that. Okay, so the arcs I had written down is Escape the Dungeon arc, the Eye of the Moonlight Sun, the beach episode, which I call it, the Witch's Forest, and that's up. This is up to what I have, and that's what I have like gotten from so far. So I changed his katana. It's not diamond, it's gold, and the gold can turn into like rainbow colored because of his magic. It should be on the screen now. His katana would be a black and gold katana, which the gold blade can harness his magic to its full ability. Now, Asta and Uno, I can't remember his name, would be going, well, Asta would do a reality rip and just like teleport them there. So they would have got there much earlier, and they would have to buy a apartment or a rented apartment, and it would be a very high class apartment because Asta can literally make money out of nothing. So they would go, and I'm gonna change up the exams a little bit because I can't technically remember every single thing that happened in those exams. So I'm gonna say there's a physical test, there's a magical aptitude test, there's a magic control or mana control test, and a just pure explaining your power test to see if your powers have any good capability. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't catch on, but Asta's Grimoire, there's no endless how much spells Asta can use once you're in his magic range, so he has to have the magic ability to do such, which is basically all of them. And so you would go and do this. And he also has the Omni Spirit, and also has perfect memory, so he remembered all the books that he read, and he's one smart boy. He's one smart boy. So Asa still bumps into the Captain Yumi, and they still have their little head grab thing, but Asta is able to move Ami's hand and to the point where they are still mating in strength. That's how OP Asta is. He can still make Captain Yumi in just pure physical strength. Magic wise though, Yami's like he's bodied, he's done. His career is done. So so they go on to the physical test, which is their how much their body can take, how tolerance, their strength, and Asta aces that test like there was no freaking tomorrow. Magical control or mana control. Asta also aces that because he has perfect mana control or magic control. Magical aptitude test, and they realized that he had aptitude for most magic that they have, such as black light magic, dark magic, reality magic. Well, they never heard of reality magic, anti-magic, they never heard of that either. Chain magic, ice magic, fire magic, water magic, wind magic, earth magic, lightning magic, and lava magic. They understand what lava magic is, but it's not really been seen too much. So everything ends up happening, and is now the combat test, or like the fighting test. Then it's Asta against and tells Asta to don't hold back on him like they usually does. And then Asta rebuttals and say, if I hold back, you might die. If I don't hold back, you might die. So I'm not even risking it. So they go on to a fight, and Asta's just like blocking him with one hand, just blitzing around using light magic, where everybody's astounded by this commoner. Well, they think is a commoner, is using light magic like there was no freaking tomorrow. And the Wizard King that was actually there this time saw that he had light magic and was wondering if he was the prince, because he did know that the princess had a child, but he didn't know what happened to the child in the later years, which is obviously Asta. And he would have to go on to get his blood test to go and he would have to go and get his blood so it could be tested to see who family he belongs to. And he would do this right away, but we won't get the confirmation like at the ending of the Witch's Forest. We will not get that information until then. So Asta defeats with bare minimum ease, and then it's the explaining test. Listen very closely, because I'm not saying this again because this is a lot of shit that I had to do. Light magic, I can do light spear, speed. I have speed increased, light sword, light spear, light whip, light arrow, light beam, light healing. Dark magic, I have dark whip, dark shadow, absorbing magic, reality magic, reality whip, where I can create portals or rip between space and time, in showing that I have a portal. Reality warp, where I can change my surroundings into one of my realities that I have been to before, like my fire reality. Then there's lashback. There's a skill and technique that I created myself by using rip, and when a magical ability is shot at me, I could reflect it by using lashback and reflecting and creating a portal right back at the person. Jesus, please. Then I have anti-magic. I have absolute cancel, and I can cancel any magic that's in my way. But I need my grimoire to activate that magic, because it's, although I'm very powerful, it will take a lot of strain on my body. And I can negate magic in all ways. I can go into my demon form 6 times a day. I also have chain magic, where I have chain binding and chain mana stealing. I also have ice magic with ice spear, ice sword, ice whip, ice spikes, and creation magic. I can create anything once I know what I'm creating, and I have an image of it in my head, and I've either seen it before, or I know how it feels or how it sounds or anything of the sort. Also have my elemental magics are fire, water, wind, earth, lightning, and lava. I also have infinite magic, and I have an Omni Spirit, as she calls herself. And the Omni Spirit comes out of Asta's pouch or something. I don't know. She was sleeping or something. And they all are astonished at how powerful Asta is and how much powers he has in that regard. So everyone raised their hands, and Asta really likes Captain Yumi. So he goes with the Black Bulls, and he wears his cloak like Captain Yumi would. And then Uno goes to his same, he does the same thing. He goes to the same place, and yeah. And skip forward to when they come back, and the captain announces that you have a new member. This time everyone's interested, because rumors have been spreading fast about this person that used so much magic. And the girl that drinks so much, I can't remember her name, sorry if you're any of her fans, but I can't remember her name right now. She would blush seeing Asta because Asta has a skin tight shirt so you can see his abs and stuff like that. And he wears his Black Bull's cloak like Yami. And he has the same sword on the side of him. Yeah, like, you know what sword I'm talking about, his sword. And he would go through the same coronation thing and he would still do that. And then flash a few hours or seconds or minutes, he would meet Noel and Noel would be talking down to him and Asta wasn't having it. And he just sort of told her that to never talk to me like that again. I will blow you to oblivion, where he then proceeds to activate fire magic and very high fire magic at that point. He also then the whole thing with Noel losing control of her magic, he used absolute cancel and caught Noel. Noel then looked into his eyes and fell in love with him, because that's how I'm gonna do shit. Flash a few hours. Noel then knocked on Asta's door because I'm gonna say she's a little bit more interactive, if you know what I mean. Noel then tells Asta that she wants to have a talk with him, and yeah, and Noel then pushes Asta on the bed and they start making out and stuff like that. Asta then realized that he shouldn't like do it here because people might hear him, and use reality rip and rips himself back to his home, and then they went on to like, so then Noel took off her clothes and Asta took off his shirt and his pants and his like boxers, and Noel went on top of him, and Noel, when she sat down, if you know what I mean, her eyes rolled back and her tongue stuck out, and she was just moaning for the whole night until Asta finally released himself. And he didn't even like released on her, and yeah. Asta then go on to use the demon, the the escaping dungeon arc, which would go basic the same, but the whole problem being dealt with easier. And he would meet Sally, and they would kindle their relationship too. And at the end of the night, Sally would do the same thing that Noel did. So then the next arc is Mimosa. That's where I'm gonna leave off this video. Now, I'll be saying why I'm leaving off this video. I barely. It's only 13 minutes, and by the time I'm recording this, it is 10:58. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have this video, guys. Like, see ya, peace out.